Tina, welcome back.
Thank you.
Summer is here. We're all about to travel.
Yeah.
We all feel guilty when we get back. How do we prepare for it? Why do our routine fall apart so quickly when we travel?
Yeah, that's the question of the century.
Yeah.
Actually, Khalid, what happens, it actually starts before we actually travel. So the planning and the booking and the preparing, all of it disrupts our sleep, disrupts our focus. So you're too stressed in preparation for the travel. And then you travel, and then the first thing that happens is that your circadian rhythm changes, which means depending on the time zone where you are, you might be sleeping less, you might have major changes. Sometimes the changes are just an hour or two, but most of the time it's 3, 4, and 5 hours. This change in circadian rhythm affects your appetite, affects your cortisol levels, affects your cravings.
In a good way or a bad way?
In both ways, actually. It depends where you are. If you're traveling to a place where you can find natural, organic foods, fresh produce, I always say take advantage and enjoy it, because sometimes it's true that it does disrupt our routine. I know you also lose the cues for healthy living. So in your house, in your office, where you live, you have cues. Like you have your water on your desk.
Correct.
You know that at 5 you have your gym. You know that when you come home, you have this routine. And then you have your fridge, you have your grocery shop. You have all the cues ready for you. And you've stacked your habits throughout the years to find this balance. And suddenly you're out of the system. So it's normal to feel a bit out of place. And this is why it's very important, one, to map or scan the area you're going to. Okay, without stressing, without obsessing over food, because like I said, sometimes actually you would benefit from the food that you will eat during your trip. You will benefit from the good bacteria that you get in the organic produce. It's not always negative. It's not always junk. And we notice when we travel, for instance, to Europe, we get good quality ingredients, we get good food. So this is one side. The other thing that happens when you're traveling is that food becomes part of the trip or of the cultural discovery.
Yes.
And it's not okay to travel to a new place and not try their food or not enjoy gathering with our friends and families. That's the whole point of being off. And this is where the 80-20 rule plays a role.
Tell me about the 80-20 rule.
So the 80-20 rule is very simple. 80% of your life, of your time should be, let's say, healthy, following the rule, your discipline, your routine. And 20% of your time, you shouldn't even bother controlling it, especially when it comes to food. You just be. You go out with your friends, you eat a meal, you disrupt a bit your routine, nothing will happen. Studies have proven that those little, if it's up to 20%, those little changes or those little, let's call it cheating, never affect a health journey.
So
Never.
like one, let's say, cheating meal, bad meal every 2 days?
No, not even you can have, because listen, I mean, there's the cheating meal where you're just binging on junk,
Right.
okay? And there is just eating something you're not usually eating at home, maybe a nice bowl of pasta. If you're choosing it with the right ingredients, if you're enjoying the company while eating it, you might be surprised that during that trip, you will actually digest it better than you digest it back home, because there's so many factors that play a role: the stress level, how ready you are for the food, how stressed you are while eating the food. So the 80-20 rule will be those 2 weeks I'm traveling, I'm going to let go a bit of my control, but then when I'm back in control.
Sure.
You know, so either that, or if you travel to a place where you have access to a gym, where you have access to a grocery, let's say you're renting a house, you want to do some cooking, great. Take advantage of the days where you do have control. Masalan, you're not inviting anyone, or you're not invited, or you're not forced to eat bigger meals. Take advantage, cook something nice, enjoy it, hydrate. And I always tell my clients, damage control. So let's say you ate that meal that wasn't so healthy, you know, or you had that drink that wasn't expected. There's damage control that comes after. Stay hydrated, go out for a run, go out for a hike. Control, not starve yourself.
Right. So listen, we will all travel a lot. We all have a busy schedule here.
Yeah.
And I've noticed personally, when I travel, let's say I ate healthy and I followed the 80-20 rule. But when I come back, by default, I feel more bloated, and I feel like even if it was a short trip, 3-4 days, I come back, I've gained 2-3 kilos. And then funny enough, within a week time, I would lose them.
First of all, traveling. especially on a plane. This alone changes the water balance in the body, and you are more prone to water retention, to start with. Number two, most of the time when we travel, we're eating out, we're not cooking.
Clear.
And restaurant food, most of the time, is high in sodium. And the ingredients they use are not the healthiest. So that creates, I would call it a mini inflammation in the body that causes this feeling of heaviness. You know, you're bloated, you're puffiness, you feel puffiness. This is a kind of an inflammation.
Interesting.
So that happens when you're abroad. And so when you come back and you're back into your routine, you're back into the system without any effort, without starving yourself, you go back in the system and you go back to where you were.
So right now I'm on a weight loss meal plan on Meal Planet, and I'm planning to lose like 3-4 kgs before the summer. I do this every summer. I lose weight before my summer vacation, and then I go and I come back, and usually I gain summer trip, longer ones, like 4 to 5 kgs, which is a lot,
Yeah.
What do you recommend when I get back from traveling? Like, what is the system, the best approach? Say I ate a lot, I made a lot of mistakes, let's put it that way. What's the best approach when you come back?
I'll tell you something that you need to do before to prevent this from happening.
Please, interesting.
The stronger and the tougher the diet you follow before a trip, the bigger the relapse will be. So my advice is, rather than going crazy before your trip on the most strict diet just to lose this kilo to fit into your swimsuit or whatever, be very moderate. Go on the detox that we spoke about. Stimulate your liver. A detox would be just eating the right food for a certain period of time, feeding your guts, etc. Do it. Stimulate your liver so that when you travel, your liver is more ready to detox from whatever you're eating.
Got you.
Okay? And then when you're back, 3 things only you need to do. Go back to your routine, whatever healthy routine or meal plan you were on. Sweat. So go out, do infrared sauna, go out for a run, sweat, stimulate the detox pathways as well, and hydrate. That's the only 3 things.
Very interesting. Very interesting. We'll try to do this after the summer and see how that works.
And I'll see you then.
Great. Tina, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was very interesting. Thank you so much.